Do what's up?
What up? What up? What up?
Are you on the stage?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I see you. What up?
What up?
So I put your boy on stage.
Oh, Obama.
Yeah, Obama. This was when he signed the Affordable Scam Act,
mm,
um, and and then last year, where we at? Last year, he wrote a his statement on the 14th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act. So March 23rd, 2024, made 14 years um, that uh, he's made. They've made millions,
mm-hmm.
and they've had everybody else arguing with each other.
Right.
Right. I just wanted to read it because I think this should be read because this comes from him.
Okay, let's go.
14 years ago today, I signed the Affordable Care Act into law. Afterwards, one Republican member of the House called the ACA the most dangerous piece of legislation ever passed in Congress. Another predicted the country would never recover from it. But then something else happened. It actually worked. Since the ACA was passed, the percentage of uninsured Americans has been cut in half, and thanks to the investments the Biden Harris administration has made to build on the ACA, more than 21 million Americans now have access to quality, affordable health care. Today, young people are staying on their parents' plan until they're 26. Americans with pre existing conditions are no longer being denied coverage. Seniors and people with disabilities are paying less for prescription drugs, and Americans everywhere are switching jobs and starting their own businesses without worrying about losing their insurance. In so many ways, the Affordable Care Act has become part of our lives, changing the way we think about health insurance, but that doesn't mean we can take it for granted. Right now, some Republicans are still trying to repeal and gut the ACA, including calling for cuts that could put insurance out of reach for tens of millions of America. We've come too far to let that happen. President Biden has proven that he'll keep fighting to build on the ACA, and we need to fight with him because health care is not and never will be a privilege. It's a right. And there's so much more we can do to make it more affordable and effective for everyone. Barack Obama, dad, husband, president, citizen. So, um, fast forward to today. Um, I'd like to put this up. Hold on. Da-da. Yes. Somebody says they hate Obama. Well, you aren't the only one, Mr. Cook. All right. There we go. All right. So, President Trump posted this yesterday. because Chuck Schumer said on Thursday that they're willing to end the government shutdown
Mm-hmm.
if they extend Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, for an additional 1 year and $35 billion in subsidies. And this is where you have to put your thinking cap on and you have to realize that these people, the Democratic Party, are taking care of their millionaires and billionaires.
Mm-hmm. Those are the real millionaires and billionaires. Those are it.
Those are the real millionaires and billionaires. Now, we know that the Obama care was terrible. The truth behind affordable care, it shifted costs, it didn't lower them. The ACA didn't reduce healthcare costs, it simply rearranged who pays them. Premiums and deductibles skyrocketed for middle income families who don't qualify for government subsidies. Lower income Americans got subsidized plans, but the actual cost of those subsidies comes from taxpayers. Insurance companies still charge high prices. The government just covers part of the bill for certain groups. So while the law made insurance more accessible, it didn't make healthcare more affordable overall. Deductibles exploded. A huge reason families couldn't use their insurance was because of high deductibles, the amount you must pay out of pocket before coverage kicks in. Average individual deductibles rose from about 900 in 2010 to over 4,000 plus by 2023 for ACA plans. Many people found it cheaper to pay cash than to use their coverage. That's why families were insured on paper but broke in practice. Premiums kept rising every year. Even with subsidies, premiums doubled or tripled for many middle class workers. Example, a 40-year-old making 55K might pay $700 to $900 a month for a mid-tier plan. That's over $10K a year before using it. Families of four often pay more for health care than for their mortgage. The promise that the average family will save $2,500 per year under Obama never happened. The individual mandate penalized poor and middle class. From 2014 to 2018, Americans were fined for not buying insurance, even if they couldn't afford it. That was up to 2.5% of income, or $695 per adult, whichever was higher. Wealthier Americans could easily pay the fine, but for struggling workers, it was punishment for being broke. The penalty was later repealed under Trump, but the damage had already been done. It protected insurance profits, not patients. Behind the scenes, the Affordable Care Act was written with heavy input from insurance lobbyists. It guaranteed insurers millions new pay customers through the individual mandate. It limited competition by requiring coverage package that smaller insurers couldn't afford to offer. As you saw in that Trump's post, insurers insurer stocks skyrocketed up over 1,000% since 2010. So, in other words, insurance companies got rich while working Americans went broke. Networks shrank, coverage quality dropped. To stay profitable under ACA rules, many insurers cut their provider networks. Fewer doctors, fewer hospitals in network. Rural areas and smaller cities were hit hardest. Families had coverage but no access. Affordable plans became limited plans, pushing people to pay out of network fees or skip care. The subsidies favor corporations more than people. Each year, billions of federal dollars go to insurers as premium tax credits and cost sharing reductions. In 2025, Schumer's proposed $35 billion subsidy extension will go straight to insurance companies, not patients. There is no strict fraud controls, meaning insurers can report inflated costs and keep the difference. These subsidies guarantee corporate profit, not affordability for citizens. It created dependency, not reform. The ACA never tackled price transparency, medical billing abuse, or pharmaceutical monopolies. It made the government the middleman between the public and private insurers, keeping the same broken system in place. That's why healthcare inflation still outpaces wages and the federal budget keeps growing. They called it the Affordable Care Act, but the only people who can afford it are the ones getting rich from it. Obamacare was never about care. It was about control, contracts, and campaign checks.
Like I said, like I totally said, they fund them. They in turn, they rich buddies, millionaires and billionaires, they in turn fund their campaign or put it right back in their pockets. That's how it goes. So
That's how it goes.
everybody getting a piece of the pie off our dollar. So the insurance company, like you said, they bill higher. They're gonna pay higher because the government is paying them. They gonna now. Let's just say your bill 2,000. They charging 4,000. They keeping the rest. Then they buddies getting it, kicking it back to the Democratic Party. You know, this is just how this big old scam works. Everybody's pocket is getting lined off our tax dollars. This is just how it goes with everything. It's just like with the crime prevention money. It's just like with the illegal alien scam. All of these things are just money making laundering scams for them, for their pockets.
For their pockets. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And we
Uh,
know that they, of course, pharmaceutical, medical, everything in health is a $1 trillion industry. That's why I always taught when I was a trainer how to, use herbs, natural things, because your body can heal itself if you are properly feeding it, if you're exercising, things like that. But we know pharmaceutical, they cause a problem. And then just like if you get a drug and it's supposed to help with high blood pressure, but the side effects is it's going to mess up your kidneys. It's going to mess up your liver. So now you're taking medicine for those because you went in to control high blood pressure, but now your kidneys, high blood pressure medicine now has affected your kidneys and liver. Now you're paying for that. It's just a big old scam.
a big scam. A big
Mm-hmm.
money making scam.
Yes.
Um, Hold on, I want to put this picture back up so I can talk about the big bucks. The big bucks.
Mm-hmm. So you think about how the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry are all in bed with each other. The food is killing us, and then the pharmaceutical give us the pills to take for, you know what I'm saying,
And
and
they not
place
and
her.
they don't do nothing.
And there's no regulations on the food, what you can put in the food, the dyes. You see how they was going after Robert Kennedy because he was talking about the food and things like that. It's just everything to keep us sick, keep getting money from us and just, taking out, that's what it is.
No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Major health insurance companies stock performance after Obamacare. Stock prices increased from March 2010 to November 2025. The chart, this is it right here, compares how the stock prices of major health insurance companies have risen since the Affordable Care Act, which was enacted in March 2010. Here's what the chart shows. Company stock values have skyrocketed, some over 1,000% since Obama's care passage. implying that the Affordable Care Act benefited large insurance corporations more than ordinary Americans. Democrats say that they're the party of working people, social safety nets, etc. So being part of a shutdown strategy is high risk politically. On the one hand, they may refuse to support the Clean CR, and this is the funding bill, without major policy changes if it doesn't include protections for programs they value, which is health care subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, food aid, avoiding cuts to social programs. On the other hand, refusing the bill risks being seen as blocking the government, hurting their credibility, and handing the messaging advantage to opponents. A recent motion to immediately pay federal employees during the shutdown was blocked by Senate Democrats, arguing that the bill lacked sufficient guardrails on how the executive branch would apply funds. The majority of Senate Democrats refused to advance a major military spending bill during a shutdown because it didn't tie in extension of health care subsidies. Everything has to be health care subsidies because they got stocks in these health care
Mm-hmm.
subsidies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
And the subsidies go straight to their people,
those
and
straight to
then
their
in
people.
turn
Their
go
donors.
yeah, go right
Uh,
to them. They
yeah,
they're yeah, they're donors. Exactly, definitely they're donors. Uh, that's why we need to see who who donates to their campaign and things like that. Who or their nonprofits, because they all get nonprofits, and then they donate to those the nonprofits that their family members or people they know are over. So you would just have to follow the money and
yeah,
find out. Yeah, and you will see how it ties all in back to your politician.
yes. Um,
Hmm.
Democrats are trying the subsidy extension to the government funding bill, creating a political trap. If Republicans refuse, Dems say they shut down the government and don't care about people's health care. But if Republicans agree, insurance companies pocket billions again while the
Hmm.
deficit rises and accountability disappears. It's a manufactured standoff using public service and health care as bargaining chips. According to the data from Open Secrets, the insurance industry, including health insurers, has given large campaign contributions to Democrats.
There we
Joe
go.
Biden is listed as having received about
Hmm.
8,236,000 from the insurance industry from 1990 to 2004. Kamala Harris has received about 6,742,000 from the same source. Chuck
Hmm.
Schumer has received about $2,980,000 from the insurance industry over that same broad period. More broadly, the insurance industry is reported to have donated more than $60 million in the 2023-2024 cycle for insurance and insurer interests.
Hmm. You see, those are they million and billion-dollar donors. Those are they when they talking about they trying to look out for Trump is trying to look out for his billionaire buddies and friends and all. These are the people who's doing that. You gotta understand, anytime the playbook of a communist, what they call it, socialist, Marxist, their playbook is accuse the other party of something that you're doing, projection, and therefore causing confusion. That's what these people do. Everything the Democratic Party accused President Trump of, you can almost bet they're doing. And I seen it play out just single-handedly, just knowing how the fake news operate and knowing what's going on. You can see it play out right in front of your eyes. Everything that they're saying President Trump is doing, and the media is projecting, it's what they're the same thing the Democratic Party is doing right now as we speak. Everything they say Trump getting ready to do or will do, they are actively doing right now as we
Like
speak.
all of it.
It's like all of it. You see it play out. You can't, and it's like this is. This is projection. This is what you do. You accuse your other opponent of doing the very thing you're doing. So now people don't know who to trust. That's what it is. It's sad that it is sad because with Obamacare, it was when they get like my son, he had to get on it, he was on it. And like you said, after a while it got, they kept going up, so it was too expensive for him. So he had to in turn drop it and not have any insurance. But at the end of the year, you're already broke. At the end of the year, they would tax you or fine you for that. And so now you're taking money that you don't have. And so I believe, and I'm almost sure, it was a Republican of the Senate, a Republican senator who proposed a bill that those fines be taken away at the end of the year because you couldn't afford Obamacare that wasn't affordable. So I believe that's how
So
those
you're
fines
and so your own so if you didn't so if you couldn't pay, they would find you. The
at
working
the end of the
class,
year.
the working for the working people.
Yeah, they were fine. So penalize you for not being able to afford this Obamacare that wasn't affordable.
That
This is
wasn't affordable.
Yeah, this is what they do. I mean, it's just when you look at finessing, it's like when we're from, so we're from the streets, you know what I'm saying? From Chicago. You know game when you see it. You know when you're being, we call it finesse, things
Finesse.
like that. You know it because you said, you know what I'm saying? Dude, come on. And this is what this is.
No, real talk. Like
Yeah.
it's big business. Like if you look at the stock prices for the insurance company, so the top the insurance companies that are with the Affordable Care Act scam and making money off of them is United Health Group, Cigna, Anthem,
Mm-hmm.
Humana, Molina, Centene, and Aetna.
Mm-hmm.
And in March of 2010, the stock price for United Health Group was $25.66. November 25, their stock price is $327.74.
Mm-hmm.
You have Cigna that was $32 in 2010. It's $295.41 for per stock share. Anthem was $61.90. Now they're $318.08. Humana was $47.48. Now it's $279. Molina was $15.38. They're at $147.46. Centene is $5.52. They're at $38. And Aetna was $30.50. Now they're at $212.
Mm. Mm. See, that's why, you know, this is just, that's why, I mean, when you think about how this is just,
And this is the CEO of Cigna, David Cordani.
yeah,
He's
it's just, they're going to figure out a way to scam you. They're just going to do it. They're going to figure out a way to get money from the tax-paying citizens. But they always need the politicians who make these laws to be involved with them. So when you see in laws that don't make sense, guys, you have
right.
to you have to see who's lobbying these politicians because they can't get these laws. They can't do this unless they have the politician in their pockets because this is how this is going to pass. So we always must. That's why I keep saying you have to look at policies. You have to go with Congress .gov. You have to read who's advocating for what, who's pushing this. Because when you start seeing who's pushing what, and it's not on the benefit of the American people, then you start to say, okay, well, why they're pushing this? And when you go back into it and follow the money, it's always money. It's always the politicians are getting their pockets lined. That's it. That's the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
You do this for me. You pass this bill, this law.
I
And
got you.
yet, so you know how you,
I
you know what I'm
got
saying?
you. I
I got
got you.
you.
I got you.
You know how, like it is. I got you. I'm gonna take care of
I'm
you.
gonna take care of you.
Big pharma, exactly. I'm gonna take care of you. So when you have a president like President Trump coming in and dismantling all of this stuff and shining the light on this stuff, think about it. Everybody, that's why this man gets 95 to 97% of bad press with all these outlets. Because everybody got, like you said, so everybody got stock in this.
Everybody got stocks. That's even to the point that the people like us, everyday people that's going back and forth about our political decisions or what we align with, you're just mad because y'all stock is about to plummet. So you might
Yeah.
take your money out, and figure out something else that you're not relying on the government, but to give you the decision of what you should do your stock for, because you're killing people.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally killing people. But y'all are the party of the non-millionaires and billionaires. You want to tax people. This man right here, David Cordini, he's been the CEO of Cigna since 2009. He
Mm-hmm.
has a total compensation of $23.3 million.
Mm. Mm.
He makes 1.57 million. Basically, his base salary is $1.57 million.
Mm. See, this is this is why they don't want you to be healthy. They don't advocate for you to be healthy. They allow everything in our food. Then they give you a Ozempic shot or weight loss
For
or
diabetes.
yeah, but they call it what is it called? Simutide, whatever you call that. Y'all know germicide, whatever that is. Uh, so now they cause obesity with all this stuff that's being allowed in the process, uh, all this processed food, all the things that's being allowed in our food. Then they come with a drug to help you with the problem that they cause. And it's all within the health industry, with the pills, with the doctors, who in turn get paid to push. So example, let's just say we have a new drug coming out. And like you were saying, Zoe, now all of a sudden your kidneys going wrong bad. Your
Yeah.
kidneys this. All of a sudden now we have multiple dialysis clinics popping up in our community or everywhere. Dialysis. I never seen all of my life. I never seen all of these dialysis centers popping up. Now you have all of these dialysis centers popping up, and then somehow when you go to the doctor, it's something wrong with your kidneys. So
My
now,
my mother my mother drinks a lot of water. My mother's 76 years old. I've known my mother to drink water all day my whole entire life. Like, she'll have a soda here and there. My mother was never really a drinker like that, but my mother always drunk water. Like, she drinks water like it's faithfully. They gonna tell my mother that it might be something wrong with her kidneys.
then they tell her to take this
And
medicine
then take this
because
medicine. Yeah.
because the pharmaceutical is paying the doctor like, okay, every time you sell or you write a prescription for this drug, then we're gonna give you, like you said, a kickback. We're gonna give you your cut for pushing it.
And
Like
want
a
to
drug
cut and
dealer.
want to cut and want to do surgery and cut on people who are in their 70s. Like my mother's 76 years old.
Yeah.
She's never had no surgeries, never had no issues, no problem. But at 76, all of a sudden, she may need something wrong with her kidney, and she may need no. Y'all need that kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need that kidney. Y'all need that kidney because we have good organs.
mm-hmm.
We have strong organs.
Mm-hmm. And
And
y'all,
oh
huh?
yeah, no, keep going.
And and so basically, you have pharmaceutical who's the drug dealer and the doctor who's the pusher who's selling the drug, and they all in it
I'm
together.
your
Yeah, and
pusher.
you got to look at it like that. And they get a cut off every drug they push or sell to you that you don't need. That's why I'm like, uh, that's why you send all these new drugs, and the doctor now telling you, "Hey, have you tried this?" And you're saying, "Well, doc, I thought I could just take some natural stuff. Don't let's just say, can I just take some uh what's really good, some ginger, or can I take something like that?
Ginger,
Oh, yeah, can I just
Medin,
take that? Turmeric, can I just take that to help with this problem?
no.
Well, you look, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, they gonna talk you out of the natural drugs or herbs, but they want you to take this medicine. This is I know, I see that all the time when I go to the doctor. I'm like, dude, you crazy as heck.
Right.
I'm not gonna take that. You know why? When I know whatever I can do is a natural herb to help it. So they don't. But you notice they're against that. That's why they killed Dr. CB,
Yep.
because anything that's taken away from their money, because it's all about money, then you're a threat to it. That's why Trump is such a threat to this. Like, you remember, you said that you saw that guy, and what you say he said.
Oh yeah, he was like, the Democrats have to win. I'm in pharmaceutical sales. Sorry if I seem selfish. It's like, nah, you telling me exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that is the problem. Like, no, you like you said, you can't finesse a finesser. And so you
Mm-hmm.
can't finesse like I've been a savage. You understand? Like I know how this works. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that we can't afford if you care about the government, because the government doesn't care about anybody, anything, and everybody knows this. Anything they touch, they mess it up. Look what they're doing with the weed. Yeah, y'all are making weed, y'all legalizing weed, but this weed is the new crack.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
these people don't have no desire to do anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
like straight zombies out of here. But my thing is, you have like this lady right here, Sarah London from Centene Corporation. She gets $26 million in total compensation.
Hmm. Hmm.
These people don't even be doctors.
No, not at all.
These people don't even be doctors. These are literally salespeople, and they are selling.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling drugs.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling drugs.
Basically,
Selling drugs and killing us.
that's it. That's it. That's it right there. Like that's it.
Yeah. I mean, even when you watch TV and you see all those medicine commercials, the side effects be 450 side effects, and
That's gonna kill you.
they say it so fast.
They said fast.
They
That's
say
gonna
it
kill
so
you.
fast. They say it so fast, like you at an auction.
And they try to have lovely music while
And
they
lovely
telling you
music,
all happy music.
background, beautiful
Yeah.
home, beautiful home. They have their friends and stuff around.
and say may
Yeah,
cause death, liver failure, liver disease,
they have
heart.
suicidal ideations.
Yeah,
What?
look, exactly. Heart attack, death by look. You death by strangulation while you sleep. You might, you know, you might strangle yourself while you sleep. It could be something weird, like out of the
Yeah,
norm, and they see a real person. You be like, hold on, what did you just say? Did you just have a strangle myself when I'm asleep?
and
It be stuff
yeah,
like that that they
and
want to normalize and make it seem like it's just, it's just that.
just that.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
crazy.
it's bad out here. It's bad
Mhm.
out here. Now this man looked like he out here doing some weird things, and he's head of a he's head of let's see he's head of Humana. This is Humana guy,
Oh, he
Jim.
over. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's over Humana,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes. I got just looking at how much these people make. You like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, they want to keep their millions.
Yeah, he makes 26.3 million.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. I'm about to this thing come on here and start talking crazy.
So
This
these
nigga.
are millionaires and billionaires. These the people that the Democratic Party keep projecting off on Trump and keep, because I just want to know when they keep saying this, because they all say the same thing. That's how you know it's a script. They all keep saying
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing this to give big tax cuts to his millionaire and billionaire friends. I just want to know, do somebody eat? I don't never hear anyone ask these people who are the billionaire millionaire friends. What's their name? Who are they? Because I want to know who they are. You all keep saying this, and it's just such a broad statement. Can you all tell me who his billionaire and millionaire friends are that he's giving these tax cuts to? Be more specific, because I want to know.
Yeah, y'all but y'all are the millionaires and billionaires.
Right. Yeah. No.
So that's how I know like it's something wrong with like anybody that like that's against Trump saying like he out here taking care of his millionaire and billionaire body. So what are they doing? So what
Right.
is Chuck Schumer doing? What is Obama doing? What did Joe Biden do? What if Dr. Fauci brought a whole disease over here? You know what I'm saying? A whole flu over here.
And
Uh,
Biden took care of him. That was
yeah,
really his billionaire and millionaire friend. They got paid off that.
yeah. He killed 7.1 million people.
and and made everybody get the vaccine. So the pharmaceutical company makes so much money. So how much they kick Biden and them back?
Right,
A lot.
a lot. So honestly, um, we're not going to blame Trump on the government shutdown.
Exactly.
The government is shut down because the Democratic Party is running out of money and running out of ideas to try to start a revolution.
Hmm. Or ideas that, right. I
Yeah,
have keep taking our
yeah,
money. Because
yeah.
see, this is a lucrative business. Do you know how much money they get paid? Everybody get paid from this healthcare or this business. The medical business is everybody get paid. So this is a lucrative business. So
A
this is like
lucrative business,
yeah,
and on top of all the people who did take the vaccination, and now have like some people have heart murmurs, some
yeah,
people
blood
have
clots.
blood clots, all this thing. So now they're thinking about all those people that they um, messed up their lives, and that they're forever going to be dependent on uh, uh, medicine
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna need health insurance and stuff like that.
Yep.
But they don't. It's never nothing's never gonna be fixed because they don't know how to fix anything. The Democratic Party don't know how to fix anything. All the money that they spend on all of this insurance, this health insurance, and that never betters the person or their pockets. It it continues like it's a cycle they're never going to fix anything. Like if that was the case, they would have found it. They have the cure for cancer, but
Right.
how much money do they make off of cancer? You just watch them, and watching them now fight for illegal aliens to get health insurance, which they really they're not going to give it to them either. They don't give them some whack insurance either. They just need the money to continue to keep
Yeah, they need
their
the
party
money.
going, to keep their party
They
going.
yeah.
But no one has no cure for cancer. I mean, cancer has been they just found well, if that's true, but if you have something that y'all can figure out, HIV, AIDS, we still haven't found a cure for cancer. All them people that have been on what is it? The chemo, they have got radiation, knowing that radiation, you putting them people on radiation is going to make it worse. But you do all this and people still be dying. Some people cannot afford their chemo, can't afford radiation, but you've got all these pharmaceutical people on top of y'all man Obama with the Affordable Care Act that is making millions. He's making billions of money off of his law that he signed in. His health care he signed into. But no one wants to discuss, even him, that when are we going to talk about, when are we going to make chemotherapy, radiation, any of these type of diseases that you guys that y'all have put here, when you gonna make sure that they don't have to pay any health care? They should. If I got cancer, and especially if it's in a stage 2, 3, 4 cancer that they're detecting it, and I gotta go through radiation, I gotta go through chemo, knowing that I'm not gonna be able to work, knowing that's gonna take a toll on my family. I gotta figure out, and my family gotta figure out how to pay for my chemo treatment, my cancer treatments. That right there is how you know that this healthcare argument that the government is talking about is a scam. They don't care. They don't care
About the real issues, like you said,
Yeah.
you'd be talking about, that would be the real issues you would be talking about, because those are the issues that people have, that they can't pay for those high costs. Like you said, cancer. So you would think that they would be trying to,
Dialysis. People
yeah.
on dialysis. You're purposely putting these people on dialysis.
But see, that's what I'm saying. They if they can't make no money from you or it, then it don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing to do with it. They're not trying to make your life better. It's about their life. So whatever way they can figure out to make money off you and your issue, then they're gonna do it. So like you said, what would be if you really care, you would say, and like you said, the ones who have cancer and things like that, we're going to pay for it, where they don't have to pay at all. And you know, uh and the other things, and the other, like you said, dialysis, those things, we'll pay for it. And you don't have to worry about it and things like that. But that's not the issue. They don't
High
care
blood
about,
pressure
that. They care about, no, cancers, and you having cancer, it's going to really make us money, because you got to come in and you're going to have to pay for this because you need this treatment. So you see what I'm saying? So they're just making sure they get paid. It's all about the money to them, not your life or making your life better. It's about the money for them.
It's
So
big business, big
yeah,
pharma, like
yeah.
blood pressure pills. Like every time I go into like if I go to the emergency room or anything like that, and they'll tell me, "Oh, your blood pressure is a little high." Well, I'm in an emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in an emergency room. No, you're not going to start me on a big word blood pressure pill because my blood pressure is elevated a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that when I was in DC when I had to go into DC jail, giving all them young kids, them African nurses, giving them young kids blood pressure pills. All of them kids was on blood pressure pills and they were under 30. Black.
See,
I
see.
said, this is, and I never, I was like lost. I'm like, so all of y'all are on blood pressure medicine? All of y'all?
That was just see that, and so now whoever the pharmaceutical company is probably got a contract with the jail. Probably,
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? They making money off the drug, and they giving it to young people who, like you said, when you go there, they gonna say, "Oh, your blood pressure a little high," and they gonna give you a blood pressure pill.
yeah.
You know.
We're gonna start you on this blood pressure pill right now. Oh my, you know what I'm saying? Like, what
Hmm.
are you talking about?
And then that blood pressure pill gonna cause something else to really go wrong, and
Yeah,
then
and
you
then
like,
you gotta get you gotta get another pill to let me tell you, if you continue, my mother has a friend, she's on blood pressure medicine, and the blood pressure medicine her end up taking 5 other medicines on top of the blood pressure medicine. Now she has no muscle.
mm,
She has no
mm-hmm,
muscle.
mm-hmm.
Like Mr. Gregory, I asked Mr. Gregory, Mr. Gregory, they broke Mr. Gregory too. Mr. Gregory, just like Dr. Sebi, he was into the fasting and the health. He had the Bohemian diet, uh, and the Bohemian shake, the Bohemian diet. So many people were losing weight off this diet, and
Mm-hmm.
they ended up stopping it. You know what I'm saying? Ended up stopping it because they know that as humans we can heal ourselves.
Right. Then if we lose weight naturally,
Yeah,
what happens? We don't need all that medicine. If we don't need all that medicine, then they can't, they don't make money. So that's the way that goes. If we lose weight, we don't need to go to the doctor. So the doctors suffer from that. It's a whole, it's all a whole just a scheme with all of them involved. Doctors, insurance company, the people, the pharmaceutical companies, they're all the politicians.
and
It's
look
just,
and look how happy they are. This is 2014
yeah.
when the Affordable Health Care anniversary. So you got Clyburn, you got Nancy
All the
Pelosi, you
sellouts.
got Kamala Harris right here. All these people all took money from Big Pharma.
Mm-hmm.
And look how happy they are signing it. Yes, I'm about to get my bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can't wait to. Let me. Okay, as soon as he finished this last line, and he holds it
Yeah.
up at 12:01, my account should have my money.
Yeah. That 20 million should be in my account or whatever we
Yeah,
sold them out for.
yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Thank you.
That's it.
I told you I would I get it in law for you. I told you
Mm-hmm.
I would extend it another 14 years. If we have another 14 years of Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, if we can't afford nothing now, what do you think 14 more years of Affordable Care are going to do? In the 8 years that Obama was in office, he didn't do nothing.
That's right. That's right.
In the 4 years Joe Biden was in office, all he did was open the border and continue to let people over here because they needed more people to come over here. Because another thing, people couldn't afford Affordable Care Act, and then people like your son and other people weren't like, why would I get that? Why?
Mhm.
Why? No, I can't. I can't afford it. So a lot of
Can't
people weren't
afford
here.
it.
So they had to the invasion of the foreigners or the illegals, they had to bring them over here. They
Yeah.
were losing their voting base. That's why they're going so hard for them right now and ignoring American citizens at all. I mean, just and showing and right in our face, we look at it like, dang,
And so
y'all
when you
still
think
gonna
about
ignore it?
it, they needed more bodies to continue this scam
Right.
because you see what I'm saying? They needed more bodies to finish laundering the money to say, under that. Because when they came, they were giving them health care service too, free. So the doctors were billing the companies. So it was still all a scam. They needed them too as well to continue getting paid from the federal government with this. So it was all they were like you said, they were being used as well. That's why they're fighting so hard for them to have health care because those are bodies that they can bill too. You know what I'm saying? The insurance
Yeah.
company
And
can
they
bill
need
too and
surgery
have money.
and they make money off surgeries. I remember when
Yeah.
they told me I had I can't even think it's called diverticulitis. And they told me in 2019, no, 2022, I went to the hospital here. I was living in Atlanta. I came here to visit for I think it was Christmas or Thanksgiving. I think it was right Christmas. And I said, that's when I trusted Northwestern. Northwestern, I really lost their mind now. But I'm like, man, when I go home, I'm gonna go see because my side was hurting. And I went to the hospital and they told me I had diverticulitis. So they told me to stayed in the hospital for like four days. And the first day, the second day they came and they offered me surgery. And when I looked up diverticulitis, it usually happens with people like in their 50s, late 50s, stuff like that. And I said, I'm just fat. I know that's what it is. And I said, I just gotta lose some weight. I know that's basically what it is. I'm not. I don't need no surgery. And they were really edging me on to get surgery. So I remember writing the head of Northwestern while I was in the hospital because I'm like, look, I don't want surgery. I want another doctor that's not going to talk about surgery because we're going to go other routes first. And I said, you're just
Mhm.
not going to just throw surgery on me. I don't do that. So the next day they gave me a round of all new doctors and stuff like that. And then when I left out of there, they still suggested surgery. I said, well, I'm gonna get a second opinion. So I go to Atlanta and I go to a doctor there. And the doctor there, he says, he was an Asian doctor, and he says, well, why didn't you go through with the surgery? I said, did you check to see like I came to you for a second opinion. Like, is it a problem? So he was like, well, I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna suggest you go to my surgeon, and my surgeon will give you will look at the X-ray and then we'll let you know from there. And so I'm like, all right. So I end up going to this doctor. She was an Indian lady, and she was probably like this was his surgeon. She probably was like, I don't know, maybe 40, 41. And she
Mhm.
was so mad that I was there. And
Mm.
she was like, you are too young to have this surgery.
Mm.
And so she was like, drink lots of water. She was like, drink Metamucil every day. Try to avoid raw nuts and raw lettuce because that's what they feel like that's where it comes from. Raw lettuce and raw nuts. Try to get a fiber, to have a high fiber diet. But she was so pissed off that they were trying to do surgery on me at that young of age for
Mm-hmm.
that. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it's about they, but Northwestern was so busy trying to get me to do surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like it's sick how it's this we're guinea pigs. We are guinea pigs in the medical the medical industry is broken. We have people that are in the medical industry that should not be in the medical industry. A lot of their licenses should be revoked. They do insurance fraud, medical insurance fraud like crazy, and they continue to do medical insurance fraud because there's nobody that's holding them accountable. And then finally, when you have someone that is trying to hold them accountable and not even really doing what he needs to do, because if I was the president of the United States, these people would
Right.
be going to jail. Okay, so he's basically showing you how messed up it is. He's always been, even the first term, he's always say that let the states decide everything. Whatever state you're in, let the states decide it. Now he's saying with the health care, let it be a free market. And y'all
Like
mad at that.
like it should be.
Yeah.
We're a capitalist society. It should be. Let them compete. Let them go. Okay, well, if your rates ain't low, I'm gonna go over here. Okay,
Right.
well, everybody going over there. I guess I better lower my rates. Let it compete. A free market. That's what it's supposed to be. And let the people decide who they want to go and spend their money with, or who they want to have insurance with that best fit their budget and lifestyle. You gotta let the people decide. Let the people keep their money and decide who they want to go to. But if you do that, that means your buddies can't get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That means the taxpayers all in our pockets. We benefit. So the more of the story is, when the Democrats tell you they're fighting for the working class, they know they're not. President Trump is fighting for the working class. Everything he's trying to do will benefit the working class. He don't need to support his or give tax breaks to his rich billionaires and millionaires, because they already getting the tax breaks they need. The Democrat Party are the Nancy Pelosi, the whole Democratic Party are millionaires and billionaires. How is Brendan Johnson a millionaire? So this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, they're benefiting from President Trump tax cuts then. So why they complaining? Because it's not real. That's not
Yes, it's
happening.
a game. It's a
It's a
game.
game.
And
We're the
they're
ones
praying
that
and they're praying.
benefiting.
Yeah, and they're praying on the stupid. Honestly.
Yeah.
On the ignorant, the stupid, the brainwashed, and then you have people that know that it's a game and know that at the end of the day, as long as their money is doing well in the stock market, I really don't care what you have to say about them. Even though
Hmm.
even though this is affecting you, even though that the stock that you have invested in is is killing the black community, is killing the minority community, is killing the white community, is killing American citizens, killing everybody. You don't care because as long as your stock go up, you good.
Yeah. Your pockets get deeper. That's it.
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day. That's what it is. They don't care about you. They're protecting their friends, so they can in turn, or their buddies, so they can in turn give back to their campaigns,
Yep.
or just in their pockets. That's what it's about. And the fact that they are so against everything Trump is doing lets you know how deep their pockets are being lined,
Yep.
because they
That's
fighting too hard. If it's
I
not
mean too hard.
too hard, that means they getting paid big time, guys. For them to be fighting this hard, that means if Trump is able to do these things, that means a lot of their money is gonna be gone. They're gonna lose a lot of money. A lot of taxpaying citizens' money. That's what that means. Because they're not crying because they care about the citizens, us. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's the money. They looking at their bank accounts potentially going down. So that's what they care about. So that's what they're looking at. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah.
So while key Democratic legislators receive millions in contributions from the insurance industry, the CEOs of the same industries are making tens of millions.
Hmm.
That's while policies like the subsidies extension funnel billions more to insurance companies. The pay ratio and disparity, CEOs earning 20 plus million while many policyholders struggle with premiums and coverage. Those same industries fund the very legislators who vote or influence legislation that affects their profits.
Hmm.
It's nothing, they don't care nothing about the working class. They don't care nothing about the sick and shut in. They don't
Hmm.
care nothing about anyone that has uh, a disease that is uncurable. If it's incurable, they love them ones.
Hmm.
They'll just keep giving you whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Keep getting paid off
yeah,
you.
yeah, keep getting paid off you. They love the people who will go and as soon as they say, yeah, you need surgery, you go and do it.
Hmm.
Because once they cut you open, you'll be going back and forth over and over and over again. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they don't, they don't care. And they've never cared. And
Hmm.
they are literally showing their hand. They're
Hmm.
literally showing their hand. All of them. All
Show
of them.
is. Show. Yep. Show is.
And that's why they hate Donald Trump. And it's not Trump has nothing to do with how sick this party is. That's why he walked away from the party.
Hmm. Hmm. And he's really trying to give the working class, give us our money back, and that's the issue is the Democrats are not for the working class. So he's really trying to make the working class lives better, and
Right.
that's what it is as far as with his tax breaks because Trump tax cuts and his bill don't even kick in until 2026. So when we'll be able to see see everything in this fullness next year. And when he's able to really roll out the tax cuts that he have and incentivize the companies, and I believe what they're trying to say is when they say his billionaire friends and millionaire friends, and he's giving them tax breaks and cuts. This is how dumb the Democratic Party is because they know nothing about uh uh building an economy or things like that. When Trump said that he's going to give tax breaks to businesses, corporations that want to come back to America and build in America, then he was going to give them tax breaks and things. This is probably what your Democratic Party is referring to. Because it makes sense. They don't know how to make sense and do anything but destroy a state or a city that they run, destroy it, tax, and steal. So they want to spend money and tax the citizens. That's all they know how to do. But Trump is actually trying to, if I bring incentivize businesses to come back to America, the ones that Clinton and them let leave to go to China and these things, and let China come and take over, our manufacturing companies and stuff like that. If I allow the businesses to come back and get them incentive to come back, then that means now we have more money being put into America economy and not overseas, and we have American workers that's getting back to work. So now you are creating jobs, you are creating businesses. So that means creating revenue for the economy. That means you don't have to tax the citizens because everything is paying for itself through the jobs and the corporations that's here. But see, the Democratic Party don't know nothing about that.
They
They don't know
don't.
anything about. building the economy and making sure that just as well as you spending money, you are bringing money in. They don't know nothing about that. They just know how to spend, and tax. That's it.
Well, they've been doing it for so long with this this grift,
Yeah.
to the point that all these other people have snuck in and are destroying our economy because these
Mm-hmm.
people have no idea what they're doing, and what I'll say to like corporations and um CEOs of companies, you guys got to give good insurance packages. Y'all have to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing wrong with you giving good insurance packages. You need to. So, the Democratic Party can stop using that as an excuse because they love to use that excuse. Even though I do know some great Fortune 500 companies do give good health insurance packages. And as far as employees, you have to be good employees. Like, you have
Mm-hmm.
to be good employees. No one does not owe you uh, anything. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it has to be a two-way street. And I feel like that honestly is something that, as private companies, you guys need to take heed of that. And employees, you guys need to understand that getting health insurance is a blessing, especially in these times, because the government has messed up the medical industry like they mess up everything. So, and you have somebody like Trump, and whoever comes after him has to be on the same accord as him. We can't, what I'm saying, he's as willing to break all of this, and revamp it all, because that's what he's doing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And he doesn't have, I wish that he could stay in there for another 4 years. You
Me
know what I'm
too.
saying? Because he's the only one that's not afraid to speak up. He's not afraid to let you know uh, uh, his side, and when you look at his side and listen to his side, I don't see how you disagree with him. I don't see how you guys still say, well, he's a liar. And it's like, well, you
Right.
can look up these things yourself. You can look up the Affordable Care Act yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to people who understands uh, the flaws of Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, whatever one that you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, but yeah, like it's terrible. You can look up the stocks. You can look up where the what Obamacare and Affordable Care Act, who they were specifically working with, what health insurance companies.
Right.
You can look up open secrets. You can look up all this stuff yourself. Like, all of these things you can look up yourself. So when you say that the Republicans are the ones shutting down the government, that's a lie. When you're saying that Trump doesn't know what he's talking about, that's a lie. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? When you talk about Affordable Care Act was terrible, it was. It was,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not the only person that said it. It's plenty of people who have said this does not work. Some of your own people in your own cipher has probably said that it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. Like, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, he's the president of the United States. He won fair and square. I understand. Like I said, you personally don't like him, cool. But at the end of the day, that's the president of the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
you can spend all these uh days hating him. You guys can blame the government shutdown on him, the SNAP benefits on him, but honestly, it's on them. It's on your party, who
Yes,
you
it
think,
is.
who you think that has the best interest for you, and that's
They
never
don't.
had the best interest for you. They can't ever have the best interest for you, because they need something. to
Mhm.
continue to make money off of, and that is pain. That
Mhm.
is stress. That is they. I mean, the more suicidal you are, the better they like you. They want you like they want you to have nothing. They want to
Mhm.
just make sure that their people are good. The and that's it. That's it. They don't care about nobody else. They literally they're like somebody said earlier. They're lobbyists for the millionaires and
Yes.
billionaires. These people
Yes.
right here. These are lobbyists for the millionaires and
Mm.
billionaires,
Yep.
and they're mad because uh, Donald Trump uh, is a billionaire, and they're upset. I mean, there's people that say, well, since I mean, when he was already 1.2 billion dollars. Just say he was worth 1.2 billion dollars. Now, when he's leaving out, he's worth $60 billion. Well, he's the commander in chief. He's a
Businessman.
yeah,
You
he's a
know.
businessman. He's a president of the United States. You think that if I'm worth, I don't know, $100,000, just say I'm $100,000, and I become the president of the United States, you think when I leave, I'm just gonna be worth $100,000?
And I don't take my salary.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm not taking my salary, but everything else, like you said, as a brand, Trump as a brand,
As a
he can
brand,
make money off of. He's look, it's legal to do that, guys. You can make money off because of who you are, your brand, and but people don't care as long as you taking care of the constituents, the people that put you in office, you're the president. People don't care as long as you were taking care of them and making
right?
sure that they are you're doing things to make their lives better. People
None of
don't
these
care.
people have donated their salary. None
Mm,
of these people have said, you know what, I'm not going to take my salary. Nobody, not Brandon Johnson, not Madani, not none of these people, not Biden, not Nancy
yeah.
Pelosi, not Jim Clyburn, not Kamala Harris, not Obama. None of these people, Hakeem Jeffries,
Mm,
Chuck Schumer, none of these people have said,
mm,
you know what, I'm in Congress and I'm gonna fight for the people, but I don't need a salary. To Bernie Sanders, none of AOC, none of them to show you how much I care for the people. Not
mm.
none of these people.
Not even a shutdown. They're the ones causing the shutdown and want the shutdown, called for the shutdown. They're still getting paid. And then when you had Senator Scott, Rick Scott, I think it was his name. When you had him propose a bill to say, hey,
Oh
if
yeah.
we if we're not if we're doing shutdowns, we shouldn't get paid. If the American citizens have to suffer and they're not getting paid or getting things they need, and we work for them, then we shouldn't be getting paid during a government shutdown. Of course, all the Democrats voted against it.
Yep.
So this is your part.
It's the party. This the party that is for the working class
Mm-hmm.
and for the children. This is no. This is the party of human trafficking, sex trafficking, drug cartel, um, unaffordable care act. I mean, this is the party of hell.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the party of hell on earth.
Now Kimberly says, I'm looking at Kimberly because this is she said we were you where it go?
Oh, oh, hold
She's
on.
I
Yeah,
can't read.
see, we were penalized $980 a year for the last 2 years of Obama reign
See, see,
because we couldn't afford insurance. Thank
see,
God President Trump got rid of it as soon as he was in office.
see. That's not that my son. They did that because you can't afford it. Now they penalize you for not being able to afford it. See how crazy that is. So the money that
And yeah, and when you complain about it, they're so good at ignoring you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's it.
This the party that I'm trying to like, nah, they can't be trusted. And they have been sick for the last, like I said, for me, they've been sick for the last 20 years. So it's gonna really take 20 years to keep a
Republican,
Republican in office, but a Republican with a like mind,
a
like
MAGA. He gotta be
yeah,
MAGA. He gotta be Make America Great Again. It's for
yeah,
America. He have to be, willing to adopt Trump policies. You know how
yeah,
he, yeah, and able and maybe have it and have his own say that they feel that's gonna, can make
right,
make us better. But it has the platform and the foundation have to be, hold on, America.
yeah. American first. Yeah, it gotta be. It has to be American first. Because we are flooded. We are flooded with people who are not uh, America first, and we are flooded with a lot of people who also are undiagnosed off of this medicine. You know, a lot of these people, when I was in uh, like grade school, junior high, it was a lot of people that were taking, a lot of kids like around my age were taking behavior medicine. You know, Depakote, Seroquel, Trazodone, all of these things. And now they were relying on these drugs. You know, these drugs are supposed to help with bipolar, major depression, PTSD, schizophrenia, things like that. Now these are the same people who are just trying to fit in a place because they are brainwashed. Their brains are are like bloated with all of that psychotic medicine. That's that medicine that these people make billions of dollars off of. Like
Hmm.
it's sad. Like one thing I hope that he tackles before he leaves, or gets it going, and the next person go in there and makes that one of the priorities, is mental health.
Exactly.
Mental health, like we have a mental health crisis. We have an education crisis, but we have a mental health crisis. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
but any last words?
No, that's, I'm done. I'm tired. Like, we've been out all day. Rain, cold. Our work
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Yeah, our work is never done, guys. But it's well worth it. But yeah, no, I love you guys. Make sure you share this. Make sure you're registered to vote. And make sure people that if they're turning 18, make sure they're registered to vote Republican as a Republican. That's all I have to say. I love you all. And that's it.
yeah. Register to vote, and thank you for the 500 people that watch this. And please like, share,
Mhm.
and honestly, I felt I felt to do it tonight because I'm just tired. Like next week, the government needs to be open. It needs to
Mhm.
be open, and we're not going to play this back and forth game. Y'all lost. Y'all lost. The Dems, y'all lost. Y'all lost. Y'all
Mhm.
lost. Y'all lost. Y'all got y'all socialist mayor in there, Zamadani, and that really backfired. And you know it backfired. So y'all don't have nothing else. So open it up. No, you're not going to get a 1 year extension for the
Right.
Obama for $35 billion subsidies. So you can start telling your donors and stuff that they could pack it up. They
Right.
can pack it up because yeah, it's a new person in town
It's a
that
new sheriff
is
in
a new
town.
sheriff in town that is is going to is America first and for the people
Hmm.
first, and is going to bring back this middle class that has been gone since this man has made a
Biden,
scene to the
Biden
White
destroyed it.
House. Yeah.
Yeah, Biden destroyed it. He destroyed the middle class. Hmm.
Yeah. So somebody said somebody has a garden. And honestly, we got it, and we're gonna talk about this another day, but we're gonna have to start protesting anybody that is against ICE, any of these businesses that are
Hmm.
against ICE, and all these foreigner businesses that do not give back to the community. Yeah, it's time. It's time, and we'll be working on that a little bit later on. We'll get everything, but yeah, that's what needs to happen.
Hmm.
Because ICE, I've never ever like I say Trump needs to declare the military because the media is not no one's friend, and it's not law enforcement friend right now. They're going to continue to make it like they are attacking these people and they are the new Nazis and they are doing all of these things that are unlawful and illegal with the help of these activist judges, all the New Americans plan is falling. It's done. So yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that another day.
Okay. Yeah, because my phone getting ready to die.
All right.
Okay. All right,
God bless.
guys.
Thank y'all. Peace.
Bye bye.
Peace, peace.